confident name from a tyre giant not best known for its bike products. Connecting tarmac with dirt and urban with gravel, will the Goodyear Connector Ultimate Gravel Tyre live up to its almost perfect online ratings? Let's review. So via email I was alerted to these tyre price drops at Pro Bike Kit, and I saw the Goodyears, and I must admit I thought $53.99, well that's not that crazy expensive, I'll give them a go. But also started to look around and realised that they actually were quite well thought of. So they had tan and they gave me a free tree to plant. I was happy. Now Goodyear currently offer 3 gravel specific tyre options. The Country, which is a fast rolling, more slick gravel tyre designed for those who ride on the road and just beyond. The Connector, which is the gravel tyre for those whose training loops sort of cover single track and fire roads and also need some good rolling resistance. And finally the Peak, which was created from the DNA of the mountain bike variant tyre, but they kind of optimised it for gravel. So I ordered these tyres while I was off the bike with an injury, and they've stayed in the box for what seems like decades awaiting this review. But Pro Bike Kit once again managed to ensure a quick and safe delivery. First off, I removed my trusty Gravel Kings and they've remained in great shape. Also, I need to clean off any old sealant. It's certainly nice to think though that I have these tyres to go back to if I need them. If you'd like to see the review of these tyres, by the way, just follow the link up top right now. Once you check for tyre rotation, fitted the first bead of the tyre onto the rim and ensure that the tyre logos are beautifully centralised over the valves, we can add the sealant. Now after that, a short tussle with the remaining bead and pumping up these beauties will make sure the tyre is on and fitted well. Now I can already see these tyres look stunning, but the proof's in the pudding. Let's get these back onto the bike, get out on our first ride. Now weighing these tyres, they come out at 606 grams, that's 44 grams heavier than each Gravel King SK I had. I think they perform better and the extra weight's worth it. Now Goodyear claimed that their tubeless complete tyre construction retains air better and provides additional puncture resistance and also improves cut protection while adding minimal extra weight. The tyre uses a finer than usual thread fabric. This means you can construct a tyre from less rubber, provide a more supple ride and have faster rolling tyres. Now most exciting for me, because I seem to destroy a lot of tyres, is the addition of the R-Shield, the under tread breaker belt. This is an additional layer that adds puncture protection and is located under the tyre's tread cap. Hello and welcome back to Time for Bikes. So what I'm going to look at now is a mark out of 10 for how these guys perform on each of the surfaces that I have ridden them on already, and just generally also what I think of the tyres and would I recommend them to you guys. First of all, on road, I'll give these guys about 6 out of 10. I don't think that's any different to any other wide gravel tyre though. They're just not going to be the quickest tyres in that kind, on that kind of surface. They're wide, the knobbles kind of, the knobbly tread kind of just helps to really slow those tyres up on that kind of surface, and especially if you're running the pressure fairly low, somewhere between a 25 and 30 psi, to get best performance and a nice smooth off-road feeling from them. So not the best, but then I don't think they're going to perform any worse than quite a lot of other gravel tyres like this. Secondly, we're looking about on a rocky on a rocky surface, and I've got to be honest with you, these guys are brilliant. Tight packed gravel, even quite a rough gravelly surface, a bit rocky in there as well. They grip like glue. They're amazing. I can't down them. Can I give them 10 out of 10? Well, I can, considering I've reviewed other tyres, and I think these are as good as the best ones I've ever looked at. So I'm going to give them 10 out of 10 on a rocky kind of gravelly surface that's quite tight packed. On mud, these are better than the Panaracer Gravel King SKs in my opinion, which I've reviewed previously. These don't tend to just sort of squish all over the place through the mud. They do tend to dig in, they get some traction, and you're off. I'm not so sure cornering on mud would be all that amazing with them, but they definitely do grip better than the SKs in that kind of environment. And also, I would say as a sort of overall for this, when you're using them in a situation where you have all of the different kind of environments that you're cycling on, I'd say they're probably going to give you, I reckon, performance of an 8 to a 9 out of 10 for what you would expect the best tyre to be. I'd go as far as to say a 9. I'm not so sure, and I said this before after reviewing the Gravel King SKs, I'm not so sure you're going to find a better tyre than this one for a gravel bike, especially for conditions we quite often meet here in the UK, especially in the south of the UK. So a bit of a surprise to me. Really, really good. Now, looks on my bike. You've seen some pictures. If not, I expect I'll post one here right now so you can see it. For me, I'm super pleased with them. The only thing I would say with my sort of golden colour frame, I'd say the tan is slightly, dare I say, a little bit orangey, but and not quite so ambery. It's got a slightly strange colour, but I would say the bike still pulls it off really well, and they look fantastic. So would I recommend, before I give that out, I'd just like to say, if you've liked this content up till now, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you fancy looking at the other content I have on here and you like that as well. Please subscribe. There's more of this stuff coming up all the time, and hopefully more and more now going into 2022. But yeah, would I recommend them? Yeah, totally. The only thing I would say is that, as I've said at the beginning of the video, these tyres here, when I bought them, were of a reasonable cost. They were only $53.99, I believe, for a pair on special offer from Pro Bike Kit. And unfortunately, now that seems to have changed, and now the same twin pack can be bought for £77, which is a complete pain in the bum, as with all things in cycling at the moment seem to be increasing in price. So are these. So be aware that you are going to have to shell out some cash for these. Okay, they are not cheap tyres, but then I'm really glad I found them. And would I pay £77 for them? Probably, because they are that good. And also, I felt really confident that they weren't going to puncture. We've discussed earlier the ways that they've built this tyre up, with the different layering, and also the special puncture protection R shield that they've actually put into this tyre. And I just felt confident they weren't going to puncture. As for just general handling, they're just super nice. You go around corners, you're going over rough stuff. They feel, and dare I say it, they designed it to have a supple sidewall to help with that kind of nice feeling, and overall improvement in performance. And they smashed it, in my view. They are really, really nice tyres, and I won't be going back from these, I don't think, at this point, or any time in the future, until some amazing tyre trumps it. But I can't see what that is. Anyway. Thanks very much for joining me on Time for Bikes today. Please check out some of the other content. And I really hope to see you guys all back again soon. I appreciate you taking the time to stop by. Thanks very much and happy cycling.